Good day, everybody. Good day, Professor. Today I'm going to be talking to you about monopoly, and as you can see in the on the slide deck, the definition here refers to a situation where a sector of, or industry of business is dominated and controlled by one corporation or entity, or by a select number of corporations or entities. And now, monopoly can be said to be a result of the free market system. And if you notice on the right here, the logo, I have the logo of Microsoft, Apple, Facebook, Google, and Amazon. There's a reason for that, and we'll be talking about that in the next slide. Now, what are the characteristics of monopoly? Number one is restricted entry. Competitors are not able to, enter into the market. That's how monopoly is maintained. Two, there's usually like a single seller, basically one or two people who are selling a particular product in the market. Then there's a price maker. Now the corporation, usually some of these guys right here, they're the ones, particularly in the tech industry right now, tend to set the price, and as well as price alterations, which are being handled by these same corporations. Now, monopoly in the tech industry. Now, once upon a time, we knew, we had Yahoo, we had AOL, we had MySpace, we had Bing. We still have Yahoo, but we all know it's not as much as, they're not as prominent as they were. Right now, they're not as prominent as they were before because most people are using Gmail and most people don't necessarily use Yahoo Mail anymore. Anyways, so once upon a time in the tech industry, there was a significant number of corporations in the market. However, as the industry grew and expanded, some companies began to fade away. More expansions meant more money. However, then they became five. So if you notice in the previous slides, we had Yahoo's logo, we had AOL's logo, we had MySpace and Bing. But right now, we have these five guys, these big boys, which we all know that the ones ruling the tech industry. Right now, there's a total domination by these guys. And it can be argued that we are in an era of monopolized technology industry, because people like Facebook, who would basically want to own the entire social media, Amazon wanting to own the entire retail outlets, Google wanting, competing with the likes of Amazon as well as Microsoft for cloud computing and basically being the number one search engine in the world right now. And obviously Apple being, dragging with Samsung, trying to be the number one mobile producer in the world, as well as computer makers. Also having a tug of war with Microsoft, who wants to be the biggest software producer in the world. So these five guys are basically taking over the tech industry, the tech space, and the world at large. And they keep expanding every day and increasing the level of monopoly in this industry. And monopoly is not good for this industry because that means no new player can break into the market. No new individual can try and be innovative and try and say he wants to break in. You're going to get smothered by them. Now, what are the effects of monopoly? Definitely continuous increase in the price of tech commodities, which is not good because that means we, the consumers, get to pay more money. More producer surplus in an economic term, less consumer surplus in an economic term, and economic imbalance because producers tend to have more money because we tend to have to pay loads of money to acquire some of these products. An Apple phone these days goes for $1,000 and above. And rumor has it, by the next time they drop in a new phone sometime in September, the price might even be higher. So that makes things even more difficult for we the consumers. Okay, so what are the possible solutions to this problem of monopoly in the tech industry? Well, from the research that's been carried out, the first possible solution is regulation. That is this right here. Now, this would require the government to regulate the industry, putting out, you know, acts of Congress controlling how these guys, Google, Amazon, Apple, Facebook, and Microsoft, go about their business. And that will end up freeing up some sort of space for new partners, for new companies to break into the market, and obviously help reduce the prices that customers and consumers will have to pay for their products. Another option is taxation. It's right here. Sorry, one second. Taxation. Now, this obviously works in a way where the government taxes these companies. And as a result of taxing them, the revenue generated from taxing these companies is being pumped back into the economy to some way of probably tax relief and other sorts. So that helps prevent the increase in price. Finally, the next step is break the company up. Now, personally, I do not agree with this particular option because it kind of stifles intellectual property and it doesn't encourage individual ingenuity, because that means you won't be able to be proud of the fact that you build a company, you build a business to become such a huge conglomerate, and then all of a sudden your company has to be broken up. So if I had to decide which options are actually suitable, that would be taken out of the picture and would be only going with either regulation or taxation. And I personally feel the government needs to go into this and adequately tax these companies and put certain regulation to prevent continuous monopoly by these companies. Because if this doesn't happen, the price of their commodity is going to keep increasing, and there's going to be continuous increased producer surplus, meaning they're going to have more money in their pockets, and we, the consumers, we're going to have less money in our pockets, and then won't be able to afford some products because they're extremely priced. So I hope I've been able to convince everybody and to be able to educate you on the issue of monopoly in the tech industry. Thank you.